Get ready. It's time for a well-deserved break, Pittsburgh, with Heather Abraham and David Highfield from the KDKA TV studios. It's Pittsburgh Today Live.
Hey, it's Monday, and we hope you had a great weekend.
I finally, thankfully finished The Handmaid's Tale. I do not want to go back. I'm so thankful.
I'm not sure, based on how you've reacted to it, I don't know that I would ever watch it because it's kind of traumatizing.
It is traumatizing. There were a lot of nightmares, so I'm very glad that it's over.
I'm glad you finished it. You know, like, we stopped Tiger King because it was a little...
You were feeling the same way.
I was feeling a little disturbed by the whole thing.
Like, how is this normal?
Right.
So you take care of big cats, and you're also allegedly plotting to murder.
Someone's husband's gone missing, and I don't know.
Yeah.
It just was a lot.
Yeah.
But anyway, we should mention right off the bat here, today is Martin Luther King Jr. Day.
Yeah.
So many of you may have the day off, but there are lots of things happening differently this year to really honor his legacy. And we're going to be talking about that a little bit later on in the show.
There's some wonderful events taking place. And some of them are virtual, some of them are physical. So we'll tell you more about that coming up. But first, we're going to talk about the weekend and what we did, which is, usually a whole lot of nothing. But... I went on a date. I went on a date. Restaurants.
I was so excited for you.
Well, restaurants are back open. They're allowing indoor dining now with, of course, very limited capacity. I don't know what the percentage is now at this point.
Well, they
but
sort of put you
tables,
away from other,
yeah,
they space you out.
And Frankie and I, because of the early morning shift, typically do like an early bird special anyways. So we had dinner at 5. We got there a little bit early.
So you're getting the deals with the...
But I got my pasta dish.
Oh, this is with the burrata on?
Yes, and I was so excited because one of the things that I love about Altavia is they have that glass wall where you can see into the kitchen. Mm-hmm. And I could see Chef Ben Sloan, who I've met there before. And so I was able to wave to him. I helped make pasta once, yeah. So I waved to him through the glass, and I don't know if he was responsible for my pappardelle pasta, but...
I love restaurants where you can see into the kitchen, because I remember we used to go to a place right down the hill from us, Tamari in Lawrenceville. It's no longer open. But we would sit at the long bar, just Gary and I, and watch them make.
Yeah.
And the art and precision and timing involved, it's like watching a show.
Well, that's just like at floor 2. At the Fairmont.
Yes.
Only there's no glass there. You can just see right into the kitchen, and it's fascinating to watch. I mean, I'm sure that they don't like to be back there with everybody watching.
I bet they don't even notice you after a while.
Yeah,
because
maybe
they're just busy doing their thing.
Well, the other thing I wanted to show is we got dessert to go home thanks to Chef Bill Fuller, who gave us a little doggy bag with...
Look, is this tiramisu?
This is tiramisu, and this is like a takeout container.
Yeah.
Like the regular round takeout containers, and it had an entire... I don't even know how many servings. But I polished that off. I'm watching my calories, and so it was one of those things like, where you take like a couple bites, and then you're like, okay, that's good, and you set it aside, and then you come back and you take a couple more bites, and then before you know it, you finish
You know what?
the
Life
whole
is
thing.
short, and sometimes
you need tiramisu.
You need to make yourself happy. You need to
really
speak
great.
to your inner being and what they need.
So it's so
sometimes.
funny. The app that I'm using for my new healthy goals,
Right.
Anyways.
How did you plug in a whole...
It was like afternoon snack, like half a cup of tiramisu, and then it was like morning snack, half a cup of tiramisu. And before I knew it, through the weekend, I had logged the entire thing.
They're going to throw you off the program.
I know.
So you are no longer eligible, Heather Abraham.
This isn't working for you. How was your weekend?
You know what? Surprisingly, mine was about food, too.
This is where we are in life. This is just what happens.
This is kind of the time of year. So we got in the mail our friend Claudia, who she's watching QVC, and she decides, I'm going to send them QVC bread. And it was so delightful. So we got all these loaves of QVC bread, and we decided to use the French bread. I made French toast Saturday morning. It was delicious, Claudia. So thank you.
That looks so
very much.
yummy.
Very thoughtful of you.
I feel like I need to start watching QVC. Like, there are things that I didn't know that I need.
Well, I didn't know you could send this bread out, and I don't think you have to freeze it or anything if you have extra loaves. It's just like vacuum packed.
That's
so it
neat.
stays okay, if my understanding is correct. I should read the labels on the bread we got. But anyhow,
So fun.
I think that's what it was all about. And then Gary, once a year, you know, there are some dishes you make once a year.
Yeah.
And so Gary learned years ago from this wonderful French family from New Orleans, he learned how to make gumbo. And so the Robichaux taught him how to make gumbo. And so he makes it once a year, and there's seafood in it, and there's this andouille sausage in it, and the flavors are just incredible, and you put it over rice. And so it is the perfect, like, winter, cold, it's snowing outside, and you're having this amazing gumbo that just warms your soul.
Yeah, it looks like it would. And what did I hear you say was this morning? It's so nice to be married to someone who likes to cook.
Yeah, who likes to cook and does it well.
And does it well.
Because I do breakfast. That's kind of what I have been relegated to, and I do okay with that.
Yeah.
But like, he does all these amazing dishes, and he like researches stuff, and he's so proud to figure out the new things, and you know, it's just a wonderful. I mean, you gain a little bit of weight, but that's okay.
Frankie made me eggs on Sunday morning, and he said, "How was it?" And I said, "It was really good. It's just nice not to have to cook a meal."
Yeah.
And not,
well,
I mean,
Frankie cooks too,
He does.
right?
He usually cooks on Sundays, but you know, when you like, that's usually my duty during the week is that I cook, and then I, you know, make myself pack my own lunch and bring my own breakfast every day. So it's just nice to have somebody else do it for you.
Yeah. And generally, most evenings, he's figuring it out. Like if it's left to me, I'm like, let's stick one of those Paul Newman pizzas in the oven.
Whatever's easiest, I get that.
That's where I'm at,
Yeah.
And then my last picture that I wanted to share, we were talking about it, was a snowy, cold, wintry week. So the snowflakes that came down Saturday afternoon, and it was only like a brief period of time, but they were huge, and I'm not even sure you could capture it on my phone here, but like they were the size of frosted flakes.
And they were so fluffy.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so I'm very curious, like, what makes snowflakes that big? And it has to do with like the temperature in the atmosphere, where there's more moisture from what I've read. But you know, maybe later on we could ask Mary Allers, like, 'cause she has big meteorological books. She knows stuff.
I was so fixated on Ron saying that Friday could be a mixed bag, and I was so worried about this rain that was supposed to come and turning over to ice and maybe turning into snow, and you know, the temperature change, everything was dependent on that, that I didn't even realize we were supposed to get snow on Saturday.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Like I vaguely remember there, like the little snow icons over the weekend, but like I was just Friday because date night was Friday.
You were worried about getting out to Altavia.
So then it starts snowing Saturday morning, and I was, well, when was this forecasted? I had to go back and watch. Who knew this was going to happen?
It was there. Yeah, he told us.
Ron's on top of it. I just wasn't paying attention. That's the issue. Hey, we want to tell you about this local chef who you may know. His name is Ryan Peters, and he is making it big. Like, he has found his platform, and it's TikTok.
Yeah, this is impressive because he has such a following.
Yeah.
So he makes these videos, and we have a warning for you. We're just going to show a clip of one of the videos. The warning is, this will make you hungry. So watch.
Pasta is the best form of self-care that exists.
Okay, so here he is making and this is how you start your pasta.
I know.
I had no idea you needed that many egg yolks to make pasta.
Yeah, that seems like a lot of egg yolks, but I've seen this before where they make the little like volcano dome and they put the egg yolks in the middle.
So a lot of his videos are on you don't see him in a lot of his videos. This is what he does. But this video right here, 4.6 million views.
Holy
and
cow.
His TikTok page has like 1.7 million followers. I mean, he's on Instagram and other platforms too, but it's TikTok where he's really shining.
Well, and I think one of the things that's interesting is it's how much you can accomplish in a short period of time, because that's what TikTok is all about, the short videos. Because Pittsburgh Magazine did something on him. He's gotten such a following.
Yeah.
And, you know, I guess they allow 60-second videos, but he said it's the shorter ones that get an even bigger response. And if you're showing something like that, which is just kind of fun to watch, I see why.
Yeah.
Because people tune into that and they're like, what is he up to?
Well, and there's something about these, because they play on a loop, so you literally just get sucked into watching the same video over and over.
And then someone's like, Heather, Heather,
Hey.
pay attention.
No, it's a lot of fun. And he actually launched his own line of merchandise too, because this has been so successful. He's found another outlet for his brand. You actually may remember him because we had him on PTL.
Yes.
And this
was before he became a big TikTok star.
This is when I was pregnant with Rocco, actually.
But this was 2 years ago, though. And this was after he had competed in the Pasta World Championship. And get this, he lost by just 2 points.
That's crazy. But it also speaks to how talented he really is.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and he's a local chef. He was at one point, I think when we had him on there, he was at Fish Nor Fowl.
Yeah.
But he's now, check him out on the TikTok. The TikTok. I sound like
The TikTok.
I sound like an oldster when I put the in front of it.
The Facebook.
Check out the Facebook or the TikTok.
Or as my father-in-law calls it, the My Face. Like, I don't even think MySpace is
Does
a face.
MySpace even exist anymore?
No, MySpace.
Oh, MySpace.
Do you remember?
MyFace.
That's what he called it. He calls it MyFace.
I was on MyFace. I was on totally the wrong one.
Although maybe we could come up with a new platform
Who
called
knows?
MyFace.
MyFace. But
makes
does
sense.
MySpace exist?
Someone told me not too long ago that it still does, but it was how quickly
Isn't
it
it
went out.
funny how some extinguish and some just erupt?
Because they came out at the same time, MySpace and Facebook. I think MySpace came out first, if I
Right.
remember correctly. I was in college at the time, and everybody was
yeah.
talking about this Facebook thing that was exclusive to college kids.
Well, it was in the beginning, right?
In the beginning, yeah.
Yeah.
So we were part of this whole, like, this is so neat. We can talk to our friends and
So that was happening during your college years?
Yeah.
You know what was happening during my college years?
color TV. I'm kidding.
Oh my gosh, Heather Abraham. Ouch.
Bum.
No, I was going to say they were at Syracuse, they were test marketing Zima.
Oh, I love Zima.
Do you? Because
Well,
it's
I
kind
mean,
of
you know.
vanished. And, but that was the thing for us. It was like, oh, have you had the Zima thing?
You put the yes in front of it.
Can't help myself. All right, hey, we want to talk about something that's coming up later on in the show.
Yes.
Because you turned me on to this.
Bridgerton.
It's really all Heather's fault.
Well, it was one of those things, you know how Netflix does, like you turn it on and they show you what's trending, like
Right.
the trailer will pop up. And I was getting ready to go to bed one night and I saw it and I was like, this might be good to go to sleep too. Because I like to put on the TV before I go to sleep. And I put it on and I could not sleep. I was glued and I couldn't stop watching it. And then I came in and we started talking and you finally,
Right.
when you were off, decided to watch.
Did we say the name of it yet? It's
Bridgerton.
called Bridgerton.
Did I say it?
Bridgerton.
Maybe I
don't
didn't.
know. I'm not sure. Did we say the name yet? But it's Bridgerton. It's on Netflix. And so you convinced me to watch it. And so we literally watched it in one day.
Yeah.
We watched every single episode. And so it's a great storyline. It's fascinating and there's great characters and it's a Shonda Rhimes production. So, you know it's going to have lots of twists and turns and fun. But it also has some steaminess.
Yeah, and that's like the word we keep coming back to because we feel like it's the safest word to use.
Right.
I told my mom, I said, Mom, you got to watch the show. And then later on, about a couple episodes in, I was like, hey, Mom, just so you know, there's some stuff that happens.
I've recommended this show to you that now I'm embarrassed to recommend.
Well, I didn't want her to think, like, what is this girl watching? But it is the chemistry between the two main characters there is just, it's incredible.
So it turns out they have someone that works on the show called an intimacy coordinator. And we wanted to find out, she's responsible for the steamy scenes and also just doing it in an artful way.
Right.
So she is joining us. Later today, we're going to hear from her about her job and what she did and all that kind of stuff. So we're looking forward to that interview.
It's going to be a good conversation. We'll keep it safe. Don't worry.
Okay. All right. Well, we do have a lot to talk about this Monday. So let's take a break so we can get to today's guest. And up next, we're talking about etiquette from modern times, particularly with the presidential inauguration just 2 days away, how to navigate political disagreements, especially when things get heated.
Also ahead, Dress for Success is pivoting its role to help others looking for a job in the middle of a pandemic, free of charge. Selena Pompiani is live to tell us how the big need for donations has shifted.
And then, as we just talked about, how the actors in hit series Bridgerton create those steamy romantic scenes. How much is real? How much is staged with creative camera tricks? Stay with us to find out when we talk with the woman who choreographs it all.
Thanks for being with us on this very chilly Monday, January 18th, 2021, Martin Luther King Jr. holiday. We are so glad you're with us.